Well, hello, you guys. Welcome to the corner where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. Today, we're talking about Goku's newest technique. What is this newest technique, you ask? What is it called? What is he using it for? And what shall we expect in the future? Well, you see, the technique he's using is actually called, in English, the Evil Containment Wave, which is also known as the Mafuba. I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's not the point. Um, this technique was used in the past to seal King Piccolo up, uh, well, at the cost of its wielder's life, is what ended up happening. At this point in the series, not many people had reached the power level of above 500 to above 1,000, so not many of these people would survive. Well, I'm going to give you guys the literal definition of this move real quick. It says the Evil Containment Wave. It's a technique designed to seal demons away by sucking them into a container with a special demon seal. Ofuda on it. The move requires so much of the user's life force to perform that those who use it are likely to die soon afterwards. Despite the success of the technique, the drawback of the technique can be negated if one possesses enough power to use it without dying. So, this being said, back then, power levels weren't as high as they are now. The strength to be able to use this technique seems at a big advantage at this point. And since King Piccolo was probably below the level, I'm going to guess that the relativity of the technique is used directly towards the power level of the other person, depending on what you use in yourself. So this can cause more energy to be exerted just to seal a more powerful opponent up. This technique can cause death, is what it pretty much is stating, or you leave the user extremely exhausted. On that note, we see plenty of people. Plenty of people use it in the series and fail at it. It's failed multiple times on this whole situation. So what does this mean for Goku? He's learned this technique now. And as far as we can tell, he is or could be strong enough to not take the backlash of this technique, making it impossible, making it to the point where he will probably not die, but be exhausted from the technique itself because of how much energy he has to use in order to get a person as strong as Zamasu into the container. It's not that he can't beat Zamasu, it's that he can't kill Zamasu. And if he could have killed Zamasu a long time ago, Zamasu would be dead by now. But since Zamasu has eternal life, the sealing technique seems like a valuable cause. But I remind you guys, I was watching somebody else's video, and I forgot about the fact that anytime this technique has been used, it has failed. It's failed multiple times. It's never actually succeeded on screen. So Goku could possibly be the first person to successfully pull this off, but when does he successfully pull it off is the biggest question at hand at that point. It looks like that we're going to see a lot more Beerus, so this technique might just do what it has done in Fast, and Goku may end up failing it. So Goku trying to get him in the jar, all of a sudden he breaks free, and Goku's exhausted from what he was doing at that point in time, and Beerus shows up, and Goku gets another chance to seal him into that jar, and he gets him sealed into the jar while Beerus takes out Zamasu Goku in the end. This being said, there is a lot when it comes to this technique. Master Roshi used it at one point. Master Roshi, you guys gotta remember, he drank the elixir of immortality, and he cannot die. He has immortality. This doesn't drive towards his whole body being destroyed and then him surviving. It's just to the point where he won't die from a fatal wound just because he was fall back and recuperate after that point. Roshi has died on several occasions, so this technique actually is something that he can use more often than not. Roshi will be around long after Goku's dead, so that type of stuff. It's too bad he didn't take a drink on elixir of eternal youth. Then he would have his prime. And oh, I'm sidetracking myself anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, the Mafuba. I hope I'm not saying that right. I know I'm not saying that right. But this is just like a refresher for people that have forgotten about it, don't realize about it. But it does have a specific set of details that go into it, and I've told you those details. Once used, the user could die or be put out for that whole situation. I still find it funny that Piccolo knows Mafuba. I wish I could say that correctly. It's starting to annoy me. But Mafuba, and he was going to he's like, I can teach you, Goku, and Goku ignores him, goes right towards Roshi, which it's kind of more proven that he can use the technique multiple times to master it and put the turtle into the jar, which isn't much of a feat per se, since the turtle is a lot lower in power level than he is, and it would be, and with the no resistance means he's not exerting a lot of energy to use the technique. That would probably be the reason why he can use it over and over and over to practice on the turtle. Obviously, you need a seal on with what Roshi had pretty much stated is you need a seal on the jar to make sure that the seal he stays sealed in it. So it's not just a technique; it's a combination with the jar and the seal. And I can see something happening in the case where Black ends up destroying the jar while the monsters are about to be entrapped or something. But this technique is a blast from the past. I can't believe they went all the way back. A technique that's probably wouldn't normally be known to probably would have been forgotten in time. Was probably brought up by one of the other people that are starting creating the story arc as well. And he's like, "Oh my god, I forgot about that technique," and threw it right in there, and it fits in perfectly at this moment in time, right? I'm just happy to see that they brought something back from the past. Honestly, that makes me feel really good. Anyways, I've talked about the technique. Just remember, the technique may leave him restless, tired, and exhausted. But we'll find out, won't we? Anyways, until the next time, you guys have a great day and a fun one as well.